Wagwan, what's great? Chef here, John Morris again, man, and today, you saw in the title, we're making homemade pizza. Fresh sauce, fresh dough, everything fresh, quick and easy. Not all the time I make homemade pizza. Sometimes we get takeout pizza because you know how that thing goes, whereas you're a little bit busy and tired. But when it's time to make homemade pizza, I guarantee you, I got the hookup. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around. After the intro, we get rolling.
We know about sardine, mackerel, chicken neck, chicken back. Nothing I waste, nothing I dash way.
We're going to be making this pizza with 1, no oven, and 2, no rolling pin. Handmade pizza, made beautiful, and of course, delicious. So let's get right into the ingredients. Right here I have 2/3 cup of lukewarm water. You need to have lukewarm water. That's going to activate your yeast to speed up the time in which you have your dough prepared. Right here, I like to use this. It's optional, but we're using some fine grain cornmeal. Whenever time we do takeout pizza, we get pizza and it always have a little cornmeal on the crust. I think it just adds value and a little extra crunch. You see me? So we're going to use a little bit of cornmeal, and this here, it's 2 tablespoons. Right here I have 1 tablespoon of yeast, and that's the instant dry yeast that we're going to be using. Over here we have 1.5 tablespoons of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. Right here now the master of the show, because you can't make dough without flour. And we have here 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and that's it for the dough. Simple and easy. And of course we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. So all the ingredients are already measured out. First thing you want to do, push this to the side. We're going to grab our cup or our jar that has in our liquid, which is lukewarm, and we're going to add that yeast directly to that. And just want to give this a quick little mix. And we're going to add our sugar in. When you add the sugar in the yeast, it gives it something to feed off, and that way the yeast proof way quicker, right? So we'll just give that a quick little mix, and then we're going to set this to the side. Alright, now for the dry ingredients, flour, salt in, cornmeal. Just going to give that a mix. Incorporate all of those dry ingredients. Yeast is ready, and you can tell if your yeast is ready about 1/2 inch foam, right? And when it foams, that tells you that okay, this is ready. I'm going to lift up some of this foam to show you what I'm talking about. And look at that. So that foam that's on there, beautiful. That's when you know it's ready. And we're just going to mix this in. Mix that up. Get that in. And this will proof your dough nicely. Just mix that up real quick. I'm going to go into that now. With about 2 tablespoons. Almost finished. Just enough of olive oil. Clean surface. Get a little bit of oil on my surface. Put my dough on here. Bring out that dry flour. So we're just going to knead this dough now. Bring it in. So what you want to do, use one hand, hold your dough down. Use the other hand with the palm, push away, bring it back in. So what we're doing, we're stretching the gluten strands, and this is going to help our dough to formulate nice. Alright? So you stretch out those gluten strands. About 3 minutes of kneading and you have the perfect dough. You can always do this in your hand mixer. Clean up the board. No excess, no excess. A little bit more olive oil on here. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing too much. Rub that up. Just gonna tuck the sides under. Like so. Tuck it under, tuck it under. Roll that in the palm. Dough is kind of big. And what's gonna happen now? Get that same use bowl that we have. Get a little bit of olive oil, not much. And then now, just gonna rub that in. Looks like a woman's bonnet, but in the Caribbean we call it steam cap. You put it over your head after you do your hair, or you do this when you're going into the shower, whatever. But this is not one of those. This is actually one of those, you call it bowl cup. This is a bowl covering, right? Just gonna cover that dough up nicely. We're gonna proof this up for a minimum of 1 hour. So our tomatoes, we pull those off the vine and we already washed these nice and clean. We're not going to cut them or anything because we're using a food processor. A lot of persons have always asked me, where do I get my equipment to buy? I went ahead and I created an entire list with all my recording equipment and also my equipment that I use to cook. You can check those out in the description box below. Let's get grinding. See? Boom, boom, boom. So we're going to drop those in. Quick and easy sauce. The typical sauce you would, as I said, buy your tomatoes from the store, the crushed tomatoes, but this one is going to be a we're not going to cook this one. See? We're going to just have this one nice, blended, fresh. So let me just open this up a little bit. And we're going to season that. So I have 3, 6, 9 tomatoes, right? Medium or small size tomatoes. We're going to go into a bit of salt. About 2 teaspoons because we want this to be nice and flavorful. Fresh ground black pepper. To flavor this sauce, we're going to go in with a little bit of dry basil. About a tablespoon thereabout. About a teaspoon of parsley. Another teaspoon of dry oregano. I like my sauce nice and spicy. So I'm going to go in with about a teaspoon and a half of pepper flakes chili. Right? This is optional if you don't want any spice in your stuff. And then we're just going to pulse this until nice and smooth. So while that is going, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to this. And that will just bring our sauce together nicely. Alright, let's show you what it looks like. We want to have a little bit of chunk in there. Fresh tomato. These tomatoes, I must say, they are a bit watery, so you're going to find that. So we're just going to add to that now some tomato paste. This will elevate the color as well as the flavor of this. So about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste right in. And you're going to see how instantaneously this sauce color changes. It's a tomato based sauce. We don't want to put too much tomato paste because that way it will be bitter. But when I'm making my marinara sauce, I like to use a little bit of sugar just to mild that down. Yeah, Nicki Minaj says she don't use sugar in her spaghetti sauce. I do. So I have here 1 head of roasted garlic, and that's just going to lift up the entire flavor of this sauce. I'm just going to drop it in there. Nice. Alright, let's see what our sauce looks like. Look at this beautiful marinara sauce. Nice and rich, has those chunks. And of course, we're going to give that a little taste test. I taste the fresh tomatoes, just a little bit of seasoning. We're just going to season that up with a little bit more pepper. Fresh pepper, of course, and a little bit more salt. About ½ teaspoon. And that sauce is nice and beautiful. I have some dough that was already made and proofed already, so I'm not going to be waiting on this one, but 1 hour is ideal to get it nice and up to the double the size that we want. So we're just going to set this aside. So this is our dough right here that we made a few hours ago, about 1 hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and it has been doubled in size, right? So what you want to do, you want to just deflate that dough. So how are we going to achieve this without any oven? Alright, we're going to be doing this on the grill. I got this grill and I say, yo, I'm going to try my best to see how much I can get done on this grill, because I'm trying to do a little bit of outdoor cooking. Quarantine, you don't want to be trapped in the kitchen all the time. So I'm going to hit outside now and start up the grill. We're going to heat that up at the maximum to 500 degrees. So boom. Alright, so that grill is heated up nicely. And that's what we're going to use instead of the oven. So there you go with the no oven, no rolling pin. And you're wondering, how am I going to do this without rolling pin? One, if you realize we got that dough nice and round just before we proof it. So there's minimal work to get that in a nice round shape. The dough is already deflated. We're going to be, olive oil is our best friend here. We don't want any flour. Put a little bit of olive oil on the surface. Boom. Roll that around. And then now we're going to stretch this dough. So one, you can just lift up your dough like this, and then with your fingers, the pointing finger and your thumb, you can just squeeze the sides and just rotate that as you squeeze. What this does is to just stretch out that dough, right? And look, it's bigger, it's still keeping its shape nicely. But I have another surprise for you to get that crust nice. When I say nice, I mean nice. This crust is going to be nice. You see me? Beautiful color and everything. I bought like a ceramic stone from Walmart, so it's going to give you that that stone oven feel when you make your pizza. And this, I purchased this stone for nothing but I paid $19 for this stone, right? And I tried it out once, and one thing I realized, I put olive oil on there, then the dough, but that made it stick. So I said, okay, this time around we're gonna just dust that stone. So first thing, before we dust that stone, move your dough to the side, right? I'm just gonna get a little bit of olive oil on there, rub it on the stone. And this stone, as I said, make your crust nice and beautiful. Rub our oil on there, bring over our dough right into the center, and then we're just gonna stretch it. So this is where no rolling pin comes in. And we're just gonna stretch the dough with the fingertips like this. Stretch the dough with the fingertips all the way to the end. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space at the end. Just stretch your dough like this. Stretch, stretch, stretch. I don't know about you, but I like my pizza thin crust. A thick crust, especially when it's not fully baked, it's a big turn off. So thin crust is best for me. And we're just gonna bring that to the side. And what this does, when I have the olive oil on there, it helps to, when you stretch the dough, it doesn't pull back, because those gluten strands will just go right back together if you don't have anything for it to stick to. So that's how the olive oil will help you right there. So if you have areas like these where you see it looks very thin, you can always take a bit of that dough off the thicker areas like this. That's the beauty about a pizza. And you can patch those thin areas, right? Because when you put that sauce, you're not going to be seeing this, trust me. All right, that's done. Just kind of lift up this halfway like this. Get a little bit of flour. And I'm putting the flour on at this stage just so it doesn't stick when it's baking. Because remember, I told you, when I was making this with just the olive oil onto the ceramic stone, they stick. And that's how you get that done. All right, that's nice and somewhat round. I'm going to get now a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to rub it just around the edge, about ½ inch. What this will do is just to brown up that crust nicely. And this will also serve as a guideline for where we want to stop the sauce. For our sauce, I'm going to use about, this is about 5 ounces of sauce on here. It's just a cheese pizza. Sauce in the center, ladle down, and then you're just going to slowly swirl outwards. And this will stretch the sauce. So you slowly swirl like this. And this is going to stretch the sauce all the way to the end into a beautiful circle. And then we have that oil to be a guideline as to where to stop. Because I don't know about you, when I'm making pizza, I hate to see when the sauce flashes all over, when it just looks messy. I'm not trying to get a perfect pizza, but I want my pizza to look nice and neat. We're going to be using 2 cheese. It's a cheese pizza after all. So I have here my fresh Parmesan. Just going to grate some over. For the cheese, I'm not going to give you any measurement. It's a cheese pizza. You can use any amount to your discretion, whatever you like. So for the cheese now, when I used to work in the restaurants making pizza, it took me a little bit longer than the regular person, because as I said, I hate an untidy pizza. What I do, I get my hand like this and I put it right to the end of the sauce, and then I drizzle the cheese. So that way it doesn't go over onto my crust. That's what I always do. Right? And I do the edge first before I come into the center. All right, then the rest now we can just boom, right in the center. I want to say 11 inch because we didn't go all the way to the stone. And we're just gonna pop this on the grill. Lower the flame, we don't want to burn this. And we're gonna cook this at about 450 to 500 degrees. This is like a beautiful stone oven. I'm just gonna let this cook for 15 minutes, as I said. And there you go. That beautiful cheese pizza. And as I promised, look at that crust. Wow. And there you have it. How to make your homemade pizza. You see me? If this is something that you're interested in and you'd like to see me venture into different pizzas, leave it in the comment section. Once again, thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you are subscribed, don't forget to hit that little bell notification so whenever time we drop a new video, you're one of the first persons to be notified. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, safe travel upon the gravel and go and big up on yourself. Hey, I'm not exaggerating. When you taste this one, you're going to say, yeah, the dough, beautiful and soft. Perfect. The sauce now, that's soft. Look at this dough. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. This is a mukbang. I'll drop it after the video.